The Green City Startup is an initiative of the City of Joburg, which encourages green entrepreneurs to develop ideas in building, energy, water, transport, and waste. With more than 2 million rand in prize money, these innovators will help make the city a greener place. Our show keeps you informed about the competition, their progress, and the green economy in general. This is the Green City Startup. This week on our show, we visit a revolutionary shopping space that's taking Melville by storm, a profile on a Green City Startup 2015 finalist Orion Herman, contestants have training with some experts in green entrepreneurship, and we chat with Gareth Armstrong on the big interview. Dumelang, hello, and welcome to Season 2 of the Green City Startup. My name is Puna Silisho, and for the next while, you and I will be learning more about the green economy. Before we go any further, find us on social media. You can catch us on Facebook at The Green City Startup and Twitter at The GC Startup. Tshwane has been buzzing with the opening of the Mall of Africa, but we're interested in a different kind of mall, a mini mall. We visited one of these in Melville to find out exactly what they're all about.
Several months ago, construction began on South Africa's first shipping container mall. We went to the finished product to speak to some of Melville's newest entrepreneurs and artisans.
27 boxes is an awesome concept. What it really does is concentrates new brands and new manufacturers, new producers of interesting goods. When people come here, they sort of brings the child out of them, the whole shipping container concept. And our brand is all about humor and also bringing the child out in you. And so it was a marriage made in heaven. We were lucky, we were already quite an established brand. And so we went big, we got like 3-4 containers. We sort of invented clothing as gifts and imbued these t-shirts and underpants with certain kind of powers by doing certain prints on them. It's clothing as muti, if you like.
"27 boxes to me is the ideal showcase for designer makers and entrepreneurs. We don't have mass-produced items, we don't have franchises, etc. that we need to compete with. I represent a few different artists doing handcraft, various media, anything from concrete, ceramics, glass, jewelry, and in future any other craft that I find that might be interesting. The pieces are quite unique.
These particular types of Belgian waffles is the Liège variety. It's a dough, it's not a batter. I decided to bring some machines back, got the family recipe, and I brought them over and started making for myself and some friends. And it basically grew from there. The demand was so great, I had to look for premises somewhere. I think 27 boxes is exactly, well, it's more than I imagined. It's got different shops, everything is a little bit artisanal, it's personal, and it's fresh. It's not like going to a generic shopping mall.
I was fortunate enough to be able to travel in my previous career, spend some time in the States, and obviously was subject to Philly cheesesteak now and then. It was absolutely iconic in the US, but didn't exist in South Africa. And so we decided to start something locally. We saw they were building a few containers. I think there were literally like 2 containers on the park at that stage. The concept blew us away. So the very next morning we contacted Satiku, the developers. The whole novelty of having containers that we used to build a shopping center was absolutely awesome. I also did a little bit of homework. Over here at 27 boxes, we've got about 80 shops. So I think it's actually the biggest in the world.
The City of Joburg has capitalized on this incredible concept of mini malls by including them in another City of Joburg competition, Josie My Beginning. These malls will house products by the community for the community. If you'd like to get more advice, you can read, like, and share the articles on our Facebook page at The Green City Startup. Next, we have our go-to guy, Brandon, who's ready to give us some entrepreneurial knowledge.
As an entrepreneur, you constantly find yourself juggling multiple tasks at once. This of course affects your overall productivity, so I found these tips put together by the Huffington Post for you. Firstly, establish a morning routine. Keep in mind, everything you do in the morning will affect the rest of your day. Consider meditation, a healthy breakfast, and some exercise before you start work. Secondly, analyze data. As an entrepreneur, you're constantly exposed to new data, which means you know how difficult it is to understand many things at once. Data mining and data analysis can be helpful for you to achieve your objectives. Thirdly, maintain a constant flow on social media. Consider using social media tools like TweetDeck and Hootsuite to help you stay on top of social media. The great thing about these tools is they help you to schedule your content in advance. Lastly, and on a lighter note, reward yourself. If you think all you have to do is work, you're wrong. When you've been working hard at something, it is good to reward yourself when you hit a milestone, as long as your reward doesn't set back your progress. In summary, establish a morning routine, analyze data, maintain a constant flow on social media, and reward yourself. That's all from me. I hope these tips will help you to become a more productive entrepreneur. We'd love to hear from you, so follow us on Facebook at The Green City Startup and on Twitter at The GC Startup. Join the conversation. Until next time, remember, keep focused.
If you'd like to find out more about the Green City Startup and keep up to date with all our happenings, you can visit our website at thegreensitystartup.co.za. We'd also love to share more stories with you on our social media pages, so do find us on Twitter at the GC Startup. Here's a story about Orion Herman.
Hi, my name is Orion Herman. I'm the CEO founder of a company called Liquid Gold, and we are passionate about saving water and aiding towards food security for our generation. We hygienically redirect through a process called flow simulation. So we take any existing building or new building and we redirect the urine or the piping from the waste system or sewer into a collection tank on the building. So all the urine then will flow into into a collection tank where we actually collect and then treat it into a compound called urea, or we utilize the undiluted urine directly onto the soil as a natural fertilizer. Let me conceptualize the idea and the process. So we will retrofit any existing urinal. Currently, all the waste will land up, all the waste going to the sewer, which lands up in your wastewater plants. Because we're not treating all of it, there is discharge and lands up into our aqua system as nutrients discharge, which causes urification, which lands up as pollution. There's two big issues here. It's toxic for our fish, as well as the overload of algae, which becomes unfit for human consumption. Right, so the solution is a process called flow simulation, where we will redirect the urine, go into a collection tank, and then we will be able to collect the urine and with honeysuckles or logistics where we're able to collect it. Take it, land it into a storage unit or urine depth. This is where we're able to turn it into a compound called urea, which is then utilized in the agriculture space, or we're able to can it into undiluted urine. Further to this, now we're also able to take the urine and convert it into a very precious energy, which is H2. So where we implemented was schools, corporates, stadiums, and so forth. So it's far more easier to retrofit than, and less expensive than to treat the nutrients that is landing up on our waste plants. And I was spending millions of rand, which is an extensive exercise to treat all the urine. So the conversion is far more cheaper to simply retrofit as a beginning pipe solution with our waterless urinals. We're at Clearwater Mall, where we have the waterless urinal waste system installed. Currently, at the moment, there are about 350,000 male users that come through here on a monthly basis, and it's gone completely waterless, 100% waterless. Not only are we saving them on water, but energy to pull the water through, as well as their operations costs on their plumbing, on their blockages. On average, we're saving them about 7,000 Rand on running costs per annum per urinal. So we retrofit into a 50 mil pipe. It's an easy retrofit, and all the urine is coming through the one-way valve system. It's a tight seal lock so that no sewer gas comes through. perfectly waterless. It's a ceramic bowl so that no residue remains over. So it's far more easier to retrofit than, and less expensive than to treat the nutrients that is landing up on our waste plants and spending millions of rand, which is an extensive exercise to treat all the urine. So the conversion is far more cheaper to simply retrofit as a beginning pipe solution with our waterless urinals. With our 5,000 urinals in the market thus far, we have started to redirect the urine into collection tanks, and with the undiluted urine, we're able then to crystallize it into a compound called urea. So it is a sustainable sort of solution. Now we just need to scale it with regards to it. So yes, we're on the market. The way that we collect it, we would use a honeysucker that will come and collect it. It will flow into your waste policy, or alternatively, we can crystallize it on site. So you have those options with regards to it. And we'd like to incentivize, there's a solution to incentivize the guys to collect it, so there's further employment for the guys who do collect it and bring it to a urine depot. So the benefits of this is not only to save the water first and foremost up front, but we're also able to reduce the sewer cost for any client or any B2Bs or corporates and so forth. But further to this, we are able to provide the agriculture space for your local farmers a natural fertilizer as well at a far cheaper or affordable rate. We also are able to offer the urea into the cosmetic industry, reduce the nitrogen on pollution in our cities as well. Also then we're able to take the urine and convert it into energy, which a lot of research is coming from Europe at the moment. We take urine and convert it into H2, which is energy. So there's a lot of space or markets we can play in. With my business partner in the inventor of the waterless urinal, so we're working along subject matter experts that does organic farming, who's been doing urine diversion for quite some time. There's extensive research with regards to it. So yes, we do have a bunch of experts that is associated and scientists from UJ as well that are working along the data and the research with regards to how sustainable the business is and the solution is. Is our product beneficial? Absolutely. From your corporate point of view, we're able to reduce water through our waterless waste system and reduce the sewer pushback from the city. We're able to reduce the net waste and reduce the nutrient overload on our municipalities, on our water facility companies. From your agriculture point of view, we're able to provide a sustainable, natural, organic fertilizer for the soil, but also encourage plant growth. And from an economic point of view, reducing the pollution on our environment, on the aquatic sort of solution, reducing the eutrophication. So there's a lot of benefits with regards to what we are trying to do and making it more sustainable. So not no longer is it an E factor for urine. Urine is actually a sustainable solution for reducing water, for energy, as well as a natural fertilizer for our soil. Urine diversion has been practiced for many, many years, and it's changing perceptions. The value proposition of the business is more than just waste. People need to change their mind of how they perceive waste. Urine is so rich with nutrients that not only is it good for the soil, but it's good for the growth of our economy. It's a good solution to encourage employment, and it's good for our farmers. It's also good to change perspectives in our youth. I believe that we need to change cultures within our youth in order to strive for a more preservative future and reduce the hazardous pollution that we have created. We have to change the way we think and the way we see our waste.
Still to come, we catch up with the contestants from this year's Green City Startup competition and other City of Joburg competitions in their mentor sessions. Nola keeps us up to date with some news for entrepreneurs, and later we have a chat with Gareth Armstrong from Future CEOs on the big interview. It's all happening right here on the Green City Startup, so don't go anywhere.
Do you have an idea or innovation that could improve your township? Can you identify a problem in your community that could be solved in a new and different way? This is a call for innovative entrepreneurs with ambition and commitment to accept our challenge. Josie My Beginning is an entrepreneurial competition that's coming right to your doorstep for its second round of investment. We're looking for your idea, product or service in the area of retail, micro-manufacturing, agriculture, recycling, education and skills development. 60 startups from 6 Jozi townships will receive training and funding to expand their community businesses. We'll be building micro malls, hubs where developing businesses or businesses expanding into the formal economy can grow in our communities. Enter the next round of the Jozi My Beginning competition and you could change your township and your life. Jozi My Beginning, building businesses in townships for townships.
Welcome back to the greenest entrepreneurial show in Mzansi. If you log onto our Facebook page at The Green City Startup, you'll see that we source and share information about entrepreneurial matters in and around Joburg. This information can help you on your journey as an entrepreneur. So do read, like and share that you can stay informed. Being an entrepreneur isn't easy, but learning from industry leaders always helps to make the journey slightly smoother. As part of the Green City Startup competition, contestants are taught by experts how to improve their ideas in training sessions. Our mentors are no strangers to failure or success, and I'm keen to hear what we're going to learn this week. Here's Liz Dom from Inquisition to tell us more.
Hello and welcome to our series on designing and growing a strong and successful business. In previous episodes, we talked about how to test your concept as a prototype and decide on business principles. Now your funding's sorted and you're ready to start. What next? Lock deals with new partners, employ workers, and open the doors of your business. As such, we'll teach you about driving purpose as well as methods to make your teamwork lean. A team is a particular type of group, a cohesive coalition of people working together to achieve mutual goals. Team design thus speaks towards creating a sustainable team structure. Two keys to success in any team-based activity are support from upper management and the participation of everyone in the organization. A key feature of team-based culture is the concept of employee empowerment. Empowered employees bring their knowledge and involvement to daily operations and can support teams through tasks. As such, management should develop guiding principles related to employee involvement, quality, standardization, short lead times, continuous improvement, and communicate those principles to everyone involved. In our practice, we use team icebreakers, a purpose-finding method which fine-tunes your business's mission, as well as empathy mapping, putting yourself in your users' shoes to hone in on organizational design and drive a lean methodology. Team design is the building blocks of an organization that intends to flourish from the inside out. By using the tips and tools mentioned, your business will be able to focus on what matters: business. For more materials mentioned and more information, visit our website. Now that your business principles are set and you've got a connected and empowered team, you're ready to learn how to concisely pitch your business idea. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to see more of our training sessions or download short bits of information from our show, you can find them on our website at thegreensitystartup.co.za. Recently, we had a chat about how one can take charge of their entrepreneurial future with one of the founders of the company Future CEOs, Gareth Armstrong. Here is the big interview.
Welcome to the big interview. We're joined by Gareth Armstrong, the founder of Future CEOs. Gareth, you have a diverse and interesting background. Radio host, consultant, CEO of Future CEOs. How do you do it all?
I have seen people doing a lot more than me, and I try and keep up with them. That's the real answer. There are a number of individuals who I've been able to be exposed to or mix with that don't have a 9 till 5 or an 8 until 5. They work well into the night and start very early in the morning. And I really guess it comes down to an understanding that if you want something, you've got to work really hard for it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I believe in what we're doing, and so it allows me to make sacrifices that maybe some people wouldn't under other circumstances.
You allude to sacrifice as a key to success. How important do you think a willingness to sacrifice things, be it sleep, be it going out to parties or spending money, whatever the case may be, how important is that quality for someone's success as an entrepreneur?
I guess sacrifice is a word which we may also be able to put next to investment. And so if you are wanting to do something, you will always be willing to put time and effort and money into it to make it possible. And really that's investing, isn't it? So today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can do what others can't. And if we see it that way, then it suddenly becomes an investment and not really a sacrifice. That's my position.
So you allude to tomorrow, and you allude to working today for tomorrow, and that implies a vision. And so how does one marry their vision with where they currently are? And what advice would you give in terms of mapping out steps to get there? What have you done in terms of future CEOs in that process?
The quote goes, or the saying goes, I think it's from Stephen Covey, who says, begin with the end in mind, so we always must do that. Really, what we must always do is just understand that we can't rush anything. We must move from point A to point B to point C. There's no jumping anything. And if we do jump, we are in danger of probably being caught out somewhere. So there's no shortcuts. I have met and seen many individuals, and I'm going to introduce it this way because we spoke about this off air.
Sure.
Where they are trying to develop social capital. So they try and use the Twitter or the internet in some form or fashion to jump a couple of loops, try and take shortcuts, trying to be seen as a celebrity or with a certain kind of status before they have it. You can't fake it until you make it. I don't believe in that. There's only authenticity. And so you must occupy a place until you authentically occupy it. And then once you have it there, you move on. And then once you've solidified your position here, there's credibility, you move on to the next phase. That is really how we should be approaching all of our lives, in fact. But we mustn't try and jump the chain. We must begin with the end in mind.
You allude a lot to having an ability to know where you are and maximizing that moment, as you say, be in a space till you're authentically occupied, and then move forward. Where does personal balance come into play here? Family, friends, downtime, etc. How do you do it in your life, doing so much?
The true answer is that I don't have very much of a social life, or I do, but it's on weekends. It's where it is appropriate. So at this point in Future CEOs, the phase that we're in, I'm willing to give a lot more to building future CEOs than to building my social life or trying to be seen in a certain way by people that probably I'll never even know. I won't know their names. It doesn't matter what people think of you now. What are they going to be thinking of you or about you in 5 years from now? Ask yourself that question, perhaps.
That was Gareth Armstrong, the founder and CEO of Future CEOs.
The big interview is really great because no matter what field you are in, be it technology, fashion, agriculture, we always have an experienced entrepreneur who's ready to share some knowledge with us. My right-hand man Nolo is always here ready to share some entrepreneurial news with us to help us stay current and in tune with what's happening in the world of City of Joburg entrepreneurs. Next, the news.
In headlines today, Wits launches Timologo Incubator, Josie prepares for 3rd Annual Sustainability Summit, and Green Innovator leads the way into Africa's top 10. Hello, I'm Nolo with this week's Green City Startup News. Josie will soon be home to yet another state-of-the-art space for innovators. The Timologo Incubator, launched by the Wits University, is expected to be operational as of later this year. Head of the incubator, Professor Barry Dwalatsky, shared his excitement at the launch of the groundbreaking initiative. The incubator will house designers, programmers and developers, and entrepreneurs alike. Remaining in the city, the 3rd Annual Sustainability Summit has officially opened registrations to the public. The summit, which aims to help business leaders build resilience into their enterprises, will take place on the 27th and 28th of September this year, and will be hosted at the Johannesburg Securities Exchange. To find out more about this event, visit www.blackcanvas.co.za. And lastly, staying with sustainability and the green economy, Andre Nell, the founder of Green Tower, an off-grid solar power solution, is a finalist for the Innovation Prize for Africa, a flagship program by the African Innovation Foundation. His enterprise, which is incubated by the Climate Innovation Centre South Africa, a green initiative by the Innovation Hub in Pretoria, provides up to 90% savings for individual households through solar power innovation. Congratulations, Andre, for providing us with a truly green solution for the future. That's the news for the week. Remember to keep in touch with us through our social media pages or email us your green news at info@greencitystartup.co.za. From the news team, goodbye.
Next week, you don't want to miss out on our program because we see how some of our finalists are progressing in their innovations. We also learn about one of our heritage sites and its significance, and we rub shoulders with another expert on the big interview. Just before I go, don't forget to connect with us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at The Green City Startup and Twitter at The GC Startup. That's all from the Green City Startup team and me, Buna Silisho. See you next week. Cheerio.